Some of you have asked what's in my pack, and I've been intending to do this video for quite a while now, but I just didn't really, have the time to do it. As it is, I have like 30 minutes to check out of this hotel room, and I already asked for a later checkout. So let's get started. This is my pack. So the first thing to talk about, of course, would be the pack itself. And what I have here is a Hyperlite 4400. I can't remember exactly what model, but it's super lightweight. And prior to this, like I had Osprey backpacks. The most recent was like the Osprey Aether, like 60 or something like that. This, I was worried about it because even though it has a kind of a hard frame in the back, it doesn't have the waist support that the Osprey does, so it doesn't really transfer that weight. But I put this pack on, and from the moment I put it on, like, this has been a comfortable riding backpack. I feel no strain like on my hips or my shoulders. Very little like rubbing in this area. It's just been like superior in every way to an Osprey. So if you're gonna get a pack, I haven't tried out some of the other ones like Gossamer Gear and some of the other lightweight packs, but if you're gonna get a pack, I'd get one of these. It retails for about $380, $400, something like that. You probably get a used one really cheap. I'd recommend doing that. Alright, so the Hyperlite 4400 changed my hiking experience dramatically. So this little thing on top, I've actually had this for a while now. I had it on the Colorado Trail. I did half of the PCT with it last year. In previous hikes, like, I only slept on this. It's a Therm-A-Rest extra light pad. And basically, like, it provides a, like a barrier between you and the coldness of the ground. Now, I use it in conjunction with a blow-up bed, which I will show you later. But a lot of people just get like the little butt pads, and they just have like a little square of this, something like this big. But I recommend just getting the whole thing. It doesn't weigh much, and it makes sleeping so much better, for me anyway. I'll explain that later. Let's unpack this bad boy. Right on top, I have a hat. Today it's kind of cloudy, so I don't think I'm going to need it. But if I do need it, it's right there where I need it. Another cool thing about the Hyperlite is the opening. It only has one opening, which concerns me as well, because I like, the various openings in the Osprey. But with this, the opening is so wide. It's like a whale's mouth, You can really like reach in there and get whatever you need. And I do that all the time. Towards the top of my pack, I have food for the day. So this is today's food, and I'll eat most of this, by the time I'm done. I also keep my headlamp handy towards the top or in a separate pocket, because when night comes, I don't want to be digging through my pack to find it. I always hike at night because I'm putting in big miles. And that's a Petzl. Simple Petzl. It has a rechargeable battery. You can actually even replace the battery, which is cool. So I highly recommend this. It's the Petzl Actic Core. This is basically my junk drawer. So I have in here like an external hard drive. I have cords for the various electronics that I have, some tape. This is the squeegee for my Sawyer filter. This is actually I'll show you. This is a light for your phone. It's supposed to make you look pretty. You put it on your phone and you turn it on, and it's like shine it on your face, and it changes the lighting on your face. But I found that it works great in my tent at night. I can just clip it like right up there, and it provides like a nice ambient light, which I really appreciate. Other than that, I got earplugs, a condom just in case. I got some, basic like first aid stuff in case something goes wrong. I don't carry a full first aid kit. I don't think there's really a need for it. Some tape and some toilet paper and yeah, that kind of stuff. Some alcohol swabs will do the trick for most things. Otherwise, you better be calling for the ambulance, or as I like to call it, the wambulance. And some people will keep their sleeping bag in a stuff sack. This is one of the cheapest on the market as far as quilts go. So I went with a Featherstone, is the company, and it's like a company in Southern California or something, and only paid like $200 for this, and it's been sufficient so far. When things get colder towards November, when I'm in the back in the Sierras, then I think I'm gonna have to upgrade from the Featherlite to something else. And when I put it in my pack, like I put it in somewhere in the middle, and I just kind of stuff it around everything to like fill all those voids. And it works great for that. It really stabilizes the load. So yeah, Featherlite quilt. Difference between a quilt and a sleeping bag, it's not that complicated. It's just the quilt doesn't zip up all the way. Mine only zips for like this far in the foot area, so my feet stay contained, and the rest of it's kind of like a blanket. I really like it. And then I got a puffy. I was about to send this away because I didn't think I needed it anymore, but then it got cold and I needed it again. So yeah, keep the puffy. And the tent. What I have here is a Nemo Dragonfly 2P. 2P stands for two persons, so two people, but it's really built for one. It is just enough space for me to like get in there and like spread my stuff out, and it sets up real quick and easy. The downside is the poles. Like I'm already on my third set of poles. Well, I'm gonna be on my third set of poles. My first set broke like within a few days, and then had another set sent out, and now on the ends, like where the poles go together, like they're cracking. So I have to call Nemo and get another set of poles sent to me. The good thing is, even though it's like a $500 tent, they will replace such things as poles. It's a pain in the butt, but it's lightweight. If you're gonna go ultralight and have a lightweight tent, then you're gonna have problems with poles and other things on these sorts of tents. Most people use either the Nemo or Big Agnes is another lightweight brand for a freestanding tent. And it's not really even freestanding. You still have to stake it up because it's just so flimsy when you set it up. Very unlike my Sierra Designs tent, which was heavy and bulky, but you could set that up in like 100-mile-per-hour winds without stakes, and it'd be all right. So the Nemo, not sure if I recommend it, but I don't know what the next best thing is. Rain jacket, $160 rain jacket, OP I think it is, and OR, and it does not work for a rain jacket, but as a layer it's all right, and it weighs almost nothing. And various clothes, beanie, socks. I carry 4 pairs of socks, one for sleeping at night. These are the ones with the little toes on the end. So at night I just put these on. Kind of keeps my sleeping bag from getting all dirty. More clothes, pants. So I do have too many clothes. Like this I could send away, but I'm just not gonna do it. Doesn't weigh that much. These are my town clothes here. When I get to town and shower, I just put these on, and they rarely get washed. And for me, because I'm blogging and vlogging and doing whatever, I carry a laptop with me. This is a Samsung, super lightweight. I got it for the battery. The battery lasts forever, like 14 hours on this thing, and it weighs about as much as my actual battery pack. Yeah. So my battery pack is like run out of juice, but this still has juice, so I can still charge my phone, which is important because my phone is my navigation system. So this is not only my office dealy thingy, but it's also backup battery source. And this was a very good investment. This is the sleeping pad. As I said before, I used to just use the accordion Therm-A-Rest. Just put it on the ground and that's where I slept. But I went with the Nemo Tensor regular wide. And to be honest, it's too big. I could have saved a few ounces and got the thinner one, or went with a different brand. It's a slightly more lightweight. It's not super heavy. I think it's right around a pound, or less than a pound. But it's fantastic. At first, I would put my Therm-A-Rest accordion on the ground, and I'd put this on top. But I'm always sliding off of this thing at night because when you're camping, you know, you're not really on like level ground. So I came up with a hack to fix it. So I blow this up now, and I put this on the ground, and then I put the Therm-A-Rest on top of it. And the Therm-A-Rest, with all these little divots in it, it's like traction. It's like grip. So like it grips to this, and then I grip to that, and I sleep on this now, and this is on top of this, and like I don't slide off because it has all these little grips. So that's something I learned, and I recommend it totally. Otherwise, with this, you're just going to be sliding around all over the place. Let's see. Oh, another pair of socks. This is my favorite pair. It's a smart wool, so it kind of keeps your feet cool, even though they're super thick when it's hot, and when it's raining and you're in the and you're in the snow, then it keeps your feet warm. Like it can, my feet can be totally wet. I can be in the snow, and my feet won't get cold. So smart wool socks, do it. Undies. I have too many pairs of undies. I really only need one pair. I should send 2 pairs home. This thing I've only used once, and it's to sop up. I used it to sop up water in my tent when I set it up. It's just a simple camping towel. Doesn't weigh much, but I don't really need it, to be honest. Another shirt I don't really need. And in the bottom, I stack my other food. So there's like 2 days worth of food here, 1 day here, another day here. This is Sea to Summit Thermolite sleeping bag liner. So it's basically like a sheet. It's very thin, and I get in this first before I get into my sleeping bag. It's about the same size as a sleeping bag, and basically just opens up, and you can kind of get into it. It adds a few extra degrees of protection during those cold nights, but it also keeps your sleeping bag, which is difficult to wash, from getting dirty. It's basically like a sheet. So I recommend getting one of these. It doesn't weigh much either, maybe I don't know, 6 ounces. That's everything in the main compartment. On to the side compartment. So I have Sawyer filter here. I use the squeeze bag, and I squeeze it into a bottle that I keep on the other side. So fill this up with water, squeeze it into here, chug it, chug, chug. I keep my external battery charger. It's a 10,000 ohm Anker. Charge it up, and it'll charge my phone, you know, like eight or 9 times. So that's what I keep on that side. Charge as I go. And on this side, sunblock and a pocket knife, just in case I get attacked by a bear. So now we're on to the fun pocket. This pocket here on the front of my Hyperlight pack is like a purse. I mean, it's practically like the purse on Mary Poppins, you know, when she just keeps pulling stuff out of there. Like, this thing can hold a lot. The one thing that I haven't found yet is my Spork. I always carry a Spork. I just haven't found a really good place to put it. Sometimes I put it in this pocket, in which case it's very hard to find. So let's go through here. Temp poles. When I get to camp or in town, I wear flip-flops. So I carry my flip-flops. These are quite heavy. You could go a lot lighter for sure. Toothbrush. I lost my toothpaste somewhere. This little cup is to scoop water into here. Scoop, fill, you know, with the filter off. Fill the bag and then filter. California has the bag ban. I understand that, but shopping bags do come in handy for garbage bags. Temp poles, toilet paper, wallet, poop scoop, and this is all just in this bag here. Wine. More wine. Bag bomb. I know my Spork is in there somewhere. Spork is the main thing. Like, it's essential. You don't want to lose that. Where is it? Hair dryer. Remote control. So much stuff in here. Like this thing. This is for. Found it. Spork. Gotta have a Spork. So there you have it. That's what's in my pack. Now I gotta pack it all up and get out of here. Now where am I gonna put this back at?